Hi everyone, and thanks for being with me again. I don't know why I want to focus on Russell Brand as I do, but I find him fascinating. I mean, the man has been accused of sexual assault and a whole host of other things, and there are allegations which he denies, which is his absolute right. But he has a massive following, one which I guess anyone that's on YouTube would want to have. He has at the moment, 6.67 million subscribers. Fabulous effort, Russell. You've done very, very well, and you've got the personality and the character to be able to pull it off. And I admire you for that, I must confess. So, but I'm here to actually say that you can't always rely on everything that he says. Now, I like the way he presents. He's in your face. He's continual. He doesn't stop for a minute. Doesn't take a breath. He puts up stuff that he's convincing you is the right thing to be able to do and to listen to. He wants you to not to listen to mainstream media, but listen to the alternatives such as him, because he has the goods and he is right, but not always, if ever. But I'm about to show you something which I think we all need to be mindful of, and this is where he kind of has caught himself out. And sometimes the best way to find out whether you can catch someone out is to fact check them, which I've done. And so this is the bit that I'm talking about, where Russell's talking about how politicians seem to have made millions of dollars, whatever, from investing in manufacturing industries that are related to wars. So into the military and whatever. And so as a result of all of that, there are he doesn't mention the politicians, I hasten to add. He just says that they're making stacks and stacks of money. So let's just have a look at what he has to say, and then I will show you something which perhaps might not necessarily agree with him. So here he is talking about that very, very issue.
Moralising and the sympathetic I stand with, or we must be pro. How does that look in light of the fact that members of Congress have been investing in military-related stocks? Let's have a look at Joe Biden, as you might imagine, pledging support and claiming that this is a simple moral issue.
My administration's support for Israel's security is rock solid and unwavering. Let me say this as clearly as I can.
Not a high bar.
This is not a moment for any party hostile to Israel to exploit these attacks to seek advantage.
Or perhaps you could argue anyone to exploit these attacks from any angle. Surely, with all of the complexities that must be considered in this long historic matter, you wouldn't expect it to be reduced to an exercise in profiteering, particularly not by people that are making decisions with regard to the military aspect of this encounter, would you? Well, you probably would if you have access to independent media, because you will be well informed about the machinations of government, and in spite of its rhetoric, what its priorities always remain. Will you ever believe again that they are morally guided? Let's get into this. As tensions escalate between Israel and the Hamas group, it has been revealed US congressional leaders have been making some strategic investment moves into military-related stocks.
Now, I'm not going to dispute for a moment that there aren't people within the government who invest in military stocks. But whether we think that this is a profitable venture or not is a completely different issue, because the company that is, the organisation that is referred to there is Finbold. Now, we don't know much about Finbold. They're a rapidly growing organisation that deals with finances, cryptocurrency and whatever around the world. Who knows how valid they are? Who knows whether they can be believed or not? I don't know how credible they are. So I'm not going to assume that they are necessarily credible. However, there's an article that came out that was published yesterday actually, which says this, and I want you just to have a look at it. So almost 100 billion wiped from major military stocks capitalising in 2023. Against the backdrop of escalating international crisis and intensifying rivalries that in some cases have ignited wars and regional conflicts, the financial landscape of major military stocks in 2023 has delivered unexpected results. Despite the conventional expectation that these defence industry giants would thrive in terms of turmoil, the reality is different. In particular, data acquired and calculated by Finbold indicates that between January the 1st, 2023 and October the 11th, just a few days ago, selected major military stocks recorded a cumulative outflow of $98.8 billion in market capitalisation. In January 2023, these 10 major stocks boasted a cumulative market cap of $665.48 billion, which dwindled to $567.4 billion. Raytheon Technologies were part of all of that. Lockheed Martin and Northrop Grumman was another. And so all of these, Boeing was another that's lost $10.25 billion. So the point I want to make is that I don't know where he got that initial information from. I do know that at the bottom of that information that he cited, he had Finbold. And so I'm suggesting that, firstly, we don't know the exact source of that. He didn't highlight it as I just did, where I brought up the web page. He just takes an excerpt, and that sort of fits with his argument. So my point is that Russell Brand, as big mouth as he is, doesn't necessarily get the facts right, or doesn't at least report all of them when it really matters. So when he's talking about congressional leaders that have invested in stocks, I know many of them have, right? But the reality is, are they losing money from it? Not are they making money from it, but are they losing? He's asserting that they're making money from it. And what I'm telling you now is that that in itself is a lie. So what do you think? If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, please do so. Make a comment down below. What do you think of Russell Brand? Is he the hero that everybody thinks he is, or is he not? And if you've got anything else you'd like to say, just send me an email down below and we can have a conversation about it. Thanks for being with me, everybody. Take care, look after yourselves, and be safe.